the biggest games of 2025 is almost here, and I am super hyped about it. If you're on the fence about picking up Monster Hunter Wilds, maybe this video will convince you to take that leap. The first and probably one of the most exciting additions to the game is the implementation of crossplay for the first time ever within the series. For those not in the know, crossplay allows players from any console or platform to play with any other players on any other platform, so PS5 to Xbox Series S and X or PC to PS5, that's all possible now. That may not seem like a big deal in 2025, but it has always been a contentious point in Monster Hunter where certain players don't want to migrate to other systems or consoles to play with others. There's this whole segmentation of the player base because of a lack of crossplay, which is now no longer an issue. Because of its sheer power of bringing people together. Crossplay for any game is an amazing innovation, and I hope to see it continue into the future. No matter what console or platform your friend chooses to play on, or what console or platform you have, you'll all be able to go on this spectacular journey together from start to finish. Speaking of going on a journey, reason number 2 is another structural change to the Monster Hunter formula or the core gameplay loop that makes it so much more immersive and also much more co-op friendly. In previous games, you'll load into town, pick up a quest, prep for the quest, see if anyone else signs up for your quest, then load into the quest map to do your mission or your hunt. With Monster Hunter Wilds, however, the towns are baked into the quest map itself, allowing you to pick up missions, stock up on supplies, make new equipment, and hunt all within the same instance. This may seem like a minor detail, but not only does it save you from a bunch of load screens, it allows a group of players who are in a dedicated play session to stay together or split off and meet back up without any hassle. If your friend group is any larger than 4 people, this is an amazing boon for you. Nice. And the same can be said if you're a solo hunter, because it allows you to join up with other people as soon as you walk into town. What the game does, at least based on the beta, is connect you to a hub as soon as you walk into a town within the hunting map itself. So you could join up with other people to play and make new friends, or other people can join you if you have the online settings turned on. Which leads me to reason number 3. Monster Hunter is a franchise that offers something that I consider a bit rare nowadays. It gives you the opportunity to go on a long, meaningful journey with your friends, and I don't mean being able to experience the story together, no. I mean, like, as a series, Monster Hunter has always been great at facilitating a cooperative learning experience. You and your buddies get to grow in your skills and understanding of the game world together, from the very beginning up until the end of the game. Your friend group will hit roadblocks and have to fight for every single inch to progress further into the game, and that's an amazing feeling to tackle. And the awesome part to all this is that you don't have to play co-op if you don't want to. You can go solo and learn by yourself and grow as a hunter, and then hit online once you beat everything you want. That's fine too. It's just that Monster Hunter as a series has always facilitated this cooperative play and encourages it. A full co-op playthrough of any long-form action RPG is sadly not very common in 2025, but who knows. With the success of Baldur's Gate 3 and this game, hopefully that changes in the near future. At least that's what I'm hoping for. Anyways, co-op or solo, whether you're a veteran or new player, doesn't really matter. There are so many new mechanics and monsters with their own set of behaviors in Monster Hunter that you'll be able to go on that learning journey no matter how you choose to play. And speaking from experience, as someone who's been with this franchise for almost 20 years now, even though the core gameplay loop of going out there hunting monsters and then wearing the body parts of said monsters is still intact, each entry into the franchise has always offered up something new and refreshing for me to experience. I may dislike certain parts of a Monster Hunter game, but always I will remember the journey and how much fun I had going through the beginning all the way up until when the grind really hits, and then maybe I start to fall off. But that's the thing, the grind is optional. You don't need the best in slot weapon and gear for everything. You're there to experience the game, get the hunter fantasy, play with your friends, and grow. While Monster Hunter as a franchise may have a grindy feel in its equipment crafting loop, the fact that the player character has no levels is a huge deal. Better weapons and armor do make a huge difference in your ability to succeed in this game, but it's not the determining factor. The fundamentals of evasive maneuvers, positioning and lining up your attacks to weak points, and learning the moveset and capabilities of your weapon type is what makes the difference between a good hunter and a great hunter. Those skills are intrinsic because once you learn it, it always sticks with you. And that is honestly one of the most satisfying feelings of sticking with a game franchise. I don't need a stat stick to be able to succeed, even though it helps a lot.
This is all I have. I'm nothing without this suit.
If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it, okay? Gotta sound like my dad.
With that said, however, there are many fun and cool looking armor sets that you'll be able to craft and equip in this game. With recent titles, there's a transmog system in place that allows you to use the armor appearance of your choosing without retaining its stats. If you have an armor set that you really like the look of, like let's say the beginning starter armor is peak for you and that's what you like, guess what? You can still wear it to the end of the game without any negative repercussions because you can still make new armors that are stronger and have better skills, but with the transmog system, you can still just equip the appearance of your favorite gear. To put it simply, if you're into fashion or character customization, Monster Hunter Wilds is the game for you. Reason 5. Monster Hunter Wilds has 14 different weapon types that you can choose from, each with its own playstyle and nuanced movesets. From the crushing blows of the hammer, to the wide swings of the longsword, to the agile movements of the dual blades, or even the versatility of the bow. There are many ways to play, and each way to play has a mastery curve to it. To further hone that mastery curve, Monster Hunter Wilds is introducing several new mechanics like perfect guard for weapons that can block, and perfect evades for the more agile and slippery weapon types. Both of these mechanics not only teaches but rewards players for playing well. With just one weapon, there's a lot of game here to play already. By picking up a new weapon, however, everything can change. It can almost feel like playing a new game entirely. The ways in which you can approach a monster would be entirely different. Certain monsters can become easier or even harder depending on the weapon type you're using. So if you enjoy the feeling of mastering a system, you're gonna have a lot here to play with. Reason number 6. Wilds is introducing a new mechanic to help even the playing field between veteran hunters who know how to line up their attacks already and new players. With the focus mode system, any players will be able to aim their swings and potentially avoid missing their big powerful strikes. Repeated usage of focus mode attacks onto a particular part of an enemy's body will leave behind a wound. Any hunter in your party that hits that wound will deal extra damage, and that wounds can also be expended to unleash a powerful focus strike that can send monsters reeling. While it remains to be seen how positive or negative this new mechanic plays out as a whole, there is a clear intent to make combat more accessible for new players. Before I continue, what are you most excited for with the release of Monster Hunter Wilds? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're down there, hit that like button and subscribe for more Monster Hunter Wilds content. Thanks. The next point of interest may not be for everyone, but it seems that Monster Hunter Wilds has a vested interest in upping their storytelling game. With more immersive cutscenes and returning faces from games of old, players new and old are given more ways to connect with the world of Monster Hunter. If you're just here to flex on all the monsters and wear their butts on your head, well, you'll be excited to hear that most cutscenes can be skipped. Reason 8. Just like previous Monster Hunter games within the last decade, the release of Wilds is just the beginning of years of continual content updates like new monsters, new equipment, locales, and sometimes even new mechanics, usually for free. All of this will culminate into an expansion pack which offers even more gameplay to shake things up. Wilds is the basis for the next generation of Monster Hunter. If you're looking at your time spent as an investment, well, you've got a contender for a game that will stick with you for many years to come. Reason number 9. Lack of pay to win. While I can't confirm this statement with 100% certainty, going off of the team behind Wilds' track record for the past 2 decades, I would confidently guess that pay-to-win microtransactions would be uncharacteristic of them and even antithetical to their design principles. As some of the key devs have stated, the core of what makes Monster Hunter fun is that intrinsic desire for improvement, to overcome hard challenges. Pay-to-win would for sure ruin that key gameplay philosophy. Knowing that devs who understands the core why the games are appealing gives me a bit of confidence as to what the future of the game will look like. And that leads us to the final reason. Devs listened. As of the making of this video, Monster Hunter Wilds has held an open beta, and from that open beta, a lot of feedback has been provided to the team behind the game. Specifically on the power imbalances between certain weapons and also on how certain weapons feel to play. Soon after the beta concluded, the devs made a response video addressing the concerns of the community and showcasing the changes made to make the weapons feel better or be more in line with what they want, which is an ecosystem where every weapon can succeed. Sure, each game will have a weapon that is the best weapon and the worst weapon, but the Monster Hunter dev team wants it to be within a similar bracket of power, with each weapon feeling powerful in their own right in the optimal situation. But the weapon balancing is not the point here. The point is that the devs care about the community and also care about communicating their intent, what they want behind their design decisions. That to me screams passion to do right by the players. And with all that in mind, I hope you're as excited as I am about the upcoming release of Monster Hunter Wilds. For more of my thoughts on this game, check out this video on screen right now. My name is Varsana, and I'll see you in the next video.